Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
I saw something the other day on socials. This woman has said, is it just me or does no one disappear in the Bermuda Triangle anymore? Remember when the Bermuda Triangle was every kid's fear? Every TV show was about the Bermuda Triangle. At any minute, you could go sailing from your own home off the coast of Western Australia, 1 centimetre off the coast, and you'd be fearful you'd be sucked into the Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda Triangle was everywhere.
You could go in your backyard pool and you could be sucked into the Bermuda Triangle.
Quicksand, Bermuda Triangle, these were the things. I remember my dad was an airline pilot, and back in those days I used to fly to Bermuda. I said, Dad, do you go near the Bermuda Triangle? He goes, all the time. Fly over top of the thing.
Remember, wasn't there a movie where the plane got sucked into the Bermuda Triangle? Was that a real thing?
The squadron disappeared, but what happened, they were all following each other, and because it's a large expanse of water, they got confused of where they were going. They were running out of fuel. They got to one point, and then the squadron leader said, I think we're going the wrong way. We're not heading towards land. So they kept going back and forth, mucking around.
See, that sounds fearful to me. There's something wrong with the magnetic lines.
No, it's just the guy.
No,
if
the
he just
giant
gone
energy
another,
sucked them
if he
in.
just pushed it on a little bit further.
No, it's the Bermuda Triangle.
When we were kids, we had the Bermuda Triangle board game.
What was
That's
that?
how good it was.
What was that?
It was this game, so you had a bunch of ships. You had
So it was a flat board game.
Flat board game, and then there was a hurricane, a plastic hurricane that would sit over the top of it.
You
had
must have been
magnets
rich.
underneath it, and you would roll the dice. It was kind of confusing. Roll the dice, then you'd spin the wheel, and it'd say,
And you'd
it'd
actually
give you coordinates, and then you would move the
Right,
hurricane.
Okay, so the hurricane didn't move on its own or anything. You had to move.
No, you had to move with your hand, a bit like a Ouija board.
Yeah.
And you'd move it to whatever it said, and you went around collecting sugar and lumber.
Every kid's dream. Every kid's
I
dream.
had a lot of lumber.
Kids today, and I know any sentence that starts with
What
kids
are
today.
kids
is
today
terrible.
going to be fearful of?
No, not just that, but I mean, imagine the computer-generated games of the Bermuda Triangle that they could have scared the hell out of them. You were scared from a board game.
No, I wasn't scared. I was a big fan of the Bermuda Triangle. I was told in the 80s that there was someone going around, if you went to the movie theatre, don't sit in the aisle because I'll stab you full of heroin. That was
in your Bermuda
everyone
Triangle.
was on heroin in the 80s. And if you went to go and see Smokey and the Bandit, don't go and sit in the aisle because someone's going to stab you in the arm and you'll be addicted to heroin.
And did that ever happen to anyone you knew?
No, I used to wear a singlet all the time.
Hoping for it.
No, I don't want to be on heroin. There's other drugs that are better than that. But what I'm saying is...
What are you saying?
That was my irrational childhood fear.
Maybe that's the thing. It's like...
Or kidnappers.
Kidnappers, that was a big one. There was a whole lot of kidnappings when I was younger, and you were terrified that someone would come through your window and kidnap you.
Well, because back in those days...
Everyone got kidnapped.
Your parents would just... It was like dawn to dusk.
Well, these days...
They didn't know where you were.
These days, you can open your phone and see 1,000 terrible things that happen. Those days...
I don't think kids get kidnapped anymore,
But
do
they were the big things that were on our news. So it was your irrational or maybe rational childhood fear. Quicksand, not so much. Because of Gilligan's Island and all those movies, we thought that if you lived to adulthood and survived quicksand, it'd be a miracle. I used to practice how to lie flat on the sand because that's how you wouldn't get sucked into the quicksand.
On the Ashfield...
And just have a hat left.
On the Ashfield basketball
On the Ashfield basketball court at Carlingford High, I'd practice every day.
Blowing starfish.
Well, look, the tribal drum is going to beat for this. Your childhood terror, rational or irrational.
Yeah, your irrational childhood terror.
Razor blades in the pool slide. Do I need to say more?
And the water slide.
And I couldn't tell if I'd be more terrified if they pointed downwards or sideways.
And people would say, but I pushed further. I said, well, how did they glue it on there?
No, they'd stick it in the joins.
How did they stick it in the joins?
Oh, listen to this, the guy who thinks he's going to be sucked into the Bermuda Triangle from Cronulla.
How do they stick it in the joins? And then it'd be facing that way. So it's not going to slash you anyway.
No, it would. You go any way you went over it would not be great.
Oh, look, I'm not going to say it's pleasant. It's not something you're setting up for the weekend.
I don't have a board game of that.
But if your feet hit it first, it would break. It would snap the blade.
No, it wouldn't. You'd scrape up your shin and all the way up, and it'd be like a hangnail all the way up your body.
So you're going down the slide.
I've thought of it.
Are you one of those ones that goes down stomach first? You're a stomach first person.
No, but it'd start at your foot and it'd peel all your skin back. Yes, it would.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
Let's go to... We could do this all day. I'm going to Wet and Wild.
All right. Your childhood terror.
They're here.
Jess, what was yours?
I still have this fear, but I can't get into bed without the light turned on because I have this fear there's somebody living under the bed or something under the bed that is going to slice my Achilles tendon with a knife.
Oh.
Why do we all still have that? There's something about this Achilles slicing that's part of something? Because that
I watched a movie.
Yes, I know.
It freaked me out.
That was Trilogy of Terror.
It was
I think
Trilogy
we
of
saw
Terror.
it too. Little doll, its little necklace came off and
Also
that set it
in
on
Pet Cemetery as well.
Really?
Yeah, he did it as well in that. He was ripping it off from the Trilogy of Terror. Come on, man.
Stephen King was ripping it off.
Yeah, he ripped it off from Trilogy.
Well, when is it about dead pets?
Yeah, but the guy, the little dead kid comes back.
Spoiler alert. Hello, Rebecca.
Hi, how you going?
Very well. What was your irrational fear?
Do you remember them blow-up men at the car yards, the inflatable people?
We still have them, don't we?
Yeah, I think there is some. My sister told me that they used to come to life and they were a real person, so every time I'd see one, I'd be scared.
Yes. The flappy man at the car yard.
Not just car yards. They sell everything from carpet to
Christmas
rugs.
decorations.
Yeah.
Oh, Rebecca, that was a good one. Your sister got you a beauty. Hello, Leanne.
You don't still believe that, though. We'd like to think.
No, I don't think she does.
Leanne has joined us.
Hello, Leanne. What was your irrational fear?
My heart races going back to this, but in my grandma's garage, she had a box of firelighters that had a picture of a little Lucifer devil with a pitchfork, and I was convinced the devil existed in her garage, and I would have to shut my eyes to get into the car.
Wow.
The little Lucifer firelighters.
And you thought that was an actual sign that the devil was in your mother's garage?
The devil. She lived in the garage.
And the devil was a she. That's modern.
Yep.
Kind of makes sense, really.
Thank you, Leanne.
And Craig.
Hello, Craig. What was your irrational fear?
Hello, Amanda. Morning, Jonesy.
Craig.
My irrational fear, you might remember back, was a phenomenon called spontaneous human combustion. Do you remember that, Amanda?
Was there a whole lot of movies or docos about it? I just remember the image of a pair of shoes with some smoke coming out of them.
That's it. There would be nothing left except for a small piece of a shin and a shoe.
Yep.
Has that stopped
and
now?
Moderately sharp. It has stopped. I've never heard of it since.
No, isn't that interesting?
And was there ever a case of someone spontaneously combusting?
Well, there was a series of cases. I used to have a collection of books called Unexplained with a big X.
Right.
And it featured all through them. And it just seemed to be prominent, like the Bermuda Triangle, and now no longer.
But it wasn't even human combustion. It's always known as spontaneous human combustion.
So you just went up.
The whole thing.
Correct.
Wow. Craig, are you still slightly fearful?
I'm terrified of it. I have nightmares and I'm 60 years old.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you, Craig.
They're here.
Hello,
Mandy's here.
Mandy, what was your fear?
After losing my swimmers as a water slide park, the razor blade one, the same as you.
Yeah. And which way did you picture the razor blade would go? A crossways, so you went and it peeled your skin off, or long ways, so it sliced you?
Well, probably long ways.
Yeah.
I was 13 and lost my swimmers and it's freaked me right out.
But not because of razor blades. You just lost it because of poor elastic, I'm presuming, and water pressure.
I have no idea, but it freaked the hell out of me. That's all I knew.
I'm just saying, to put a razor blade long ways or a crossways in a water slide is very hard to adhere.
Well, I think we've discovered that these things aren't rational. That's why we're calling it your irrational childhood fear.
Thank you, Mandy.
You had a fear that you'd be injected with heroin when you're watching the latest James Bond film at the multiplex.
Everyone would say, don't sit in the aisle because drug dealers would get young people
put a
hooked on
Malteser
drugs.
under your skin.
Eleanor has joined us.
Hi, what was your fear, Eleanor?
Hare Krishnas.
Hare Krishna.
They were everywhere for a period of time.
And they used to really scare me. And I used to play the tambourine at school, and I was terrified they'd grab me and make me join the group and wear orange and bang a tambourine.
The Hare Krishnas and the orange people, were they the same thing? Remember the orange people, the Bhagwan and Sheila? Remember Sheila?
On 60 Minutes.
On 60.
What can I say? Tough titties.
Yeah. And that's a very good fear, Eleanor, because you were good at the tambourine. They'd select you to join them.
That's how they get you in.
Against your will.
You're terrified. There was big groups of them.
Yeah.
And they'd be shaving your head.
Yeah, next minute you'll be shoeless walking down Pitt Street.
But you'd be very comfortable in those robes.
Yeah, I know. You could let your stomach out.
So that would be nice.
Yeah, there's hit and miss with that.
Helen has joined us.
Hi, Helen.
Good morning, all. My fear has been buying a house that faces the water.
Okay.
We looked at one, we turned it down. It's James Bond again and Miami Vice. The question I asked was that how often is my petrified is that people are going to come in by jet ski or boat and hold me for hostage or rob me. That is my absolute fear, and it still stays with me.
So do you think you got this from Miami Vice, you were saying?
Oh, in every episode someone would get hurt. Same with James Bond. They always went in on a boat or jet ski. And it has stuck with me. The real estate thought I'd lost the plot. My husband said, oh, gosh, are you serious?
So hang on, you're a grown person thinking this.
I am 64 next month, actually. So, yes, and I still have this fear.
So this wasn't a childhood.
You can lock your windows and draw and door out to the street, but somehow mysteriously they'll come in through the back.
Exactly. They've got the security gate that you've got at the remote at the front to get in. That's safe.
Yep.
And I'm looking at the water thinking, okay, I've seen the shows. It happens. They don't go through the front. They go through the water.
And this is why you're living in a landlocked area now.
Yeah.
I'm near the water, but I'm not that close to the water. They've got to get to a few places before they get to me.
Those balaclava men would take someone before you, Helen.
Is there bush out the back?
No, but I've actually got a chance to run. If they go to the ones in front, I'm okay. I feel secure in that way.
Yeah. I'd love to have been there when you described this to the real estate agent.
These aren't childhood irrational fears. These are irrational fears happening now.
We're going to give you a waterfront mansion, but decided against.
But as Sheila says,
Tough titties.
That's right.
nothing for you.